Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and Oprah Winfrey. What do each of these people have in common? They have all achieved success. But what does it mean to be successful? A couple of years ago, I was asked the very same question by a young child sitting next to me on a plane for my flight from my hometown. Along with that question, she also asked me, how do I become successful? Well, I thought about it long and hard, but I felt really badly because I could never give her a good answer, an answer that would stick with her for the rest of her life. So instead, I told her the 3 P's that I built my life upon: procrastinate, procaffeinate, and pretending to know what you're doing. Unfortunately, her mother was sitting next to her. And let's just say, for an hour and a half of the flight, she never asked me a single question ever again. But a couple of days later, I reflected on what I had said. And I realized that the real answer that I wanted to give that child was that I'll let you know once I'm successful. I had a goal to prove my worth and to prove to others that anybody can make their own dreams come true. My name is Kanish Sehgal, and today I will be unveiling the secrets to success. But before I embark on this journey, and before I share my secrets with you guys, what inspired me to come here? About a year ago, I watched a very similar TED Talk said by Richard St. John. He inspired me to go around my neighborhood and ask 3 simple questions. What is success? Are you successful? And if so, how have you achieved it? 1 year later, and hundreds of interviews completed, these are the secrets to success. Passion. If you follow your passion, success will follow you automatically. Bob Dylan said, "What's money? A person is a success if he gets up in the morning, goes to bed at night, and in between does what he wants to do." But finding your passion is not always easy. In some cases, people come out of the womb knowing what they're going to do. But in other cases, people need over a lifetime to figure out what they are passionate about. But does this mean that you can never be successful? No. In fact, it is the exact opposite. For passion is not what you find. It is what you feel. And your feelings will change. So much like your feelings, throughout your life, you will be passionate about many different things. And someday, success might even be the one to fuel your passion. Now, you may find it surprising, but the second secret to success is being unrealistic. Steve Jobs once said, "The people who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones that really do." So I encourage you all to think inside the box. Yes, I said inside, because whilst everyone else is chasing each other around, thinking outside the box, you know what the box is? Empty. And I also encourage you all to be the idiots in the room. Again, you heard me right. Be the idiots in the room. 4 years ago, I attended a marketing internship along with 10 other interns. Each of us sat across a round table and were given a sheet of paper filled with confusing amounts of information and complex equations. X equals y, y equals z, yet z does not equal x. If that day I had not been the idiot in that room, if that day I had not been the one to question that sheet of paper, and if that day I had not been eager and curious to understand what that sheet of paper had meant, I would have never achieved success. And I would have never had the 7 other interns alongside me asking the exact same questions. So once again, I encourage you all to be the idiot in the room. Failure. Now, it may sound counterintuitive, But in order to achieve success, you have to fail. Life is not easy. It never was, it isn't now, and never will be. So to get something you never had, you gotta do something you never did. And you're gonna fail at that. You're gonna fail a lot. In fact, you're gonna fail way more than you will succeed. But that's okay. Why? Because that is the process. And I don't want you guys to just go through it. I want you to learn from it. Embrace failure. For failure is success in progress. And finally, our fourth secret to success: hard work. It's just like Kobe Bryant once said, rest in the middle, not at the end. You have to be willing to chase perfection and excellence, even though you may never reach it. But just the fact that you're willing to chase perfection and excellence means that you will defeat most of your opponents. Because most of your opponents would never be willing to chase something that never guarantees any attachment. So if hard work is the key to success, most people would just pick the lock. But before we part ways, let me give you some good advice. If you think the price to hard work is too high, wait till you get the bill for regret. Thank you.